Hello beautiful people, what's up? In this video I'm sharing with you 30-day results of running my Etsy business in case you want to start an Etsy business yourself, or you already have one, or you're thinking about it, or you just want to tune in and see some behind the scenes of how that works. Then this video is for you. And I just want to share these 30-day results of my shop to either give you inspiration or motivation or just information, whatever works for you. I also want to note that this is not my main stream of income. My main stream of income allows me to make thousands of dollars within a single day if I desire, by working online. And so if you're interested in learning about how I make a full-time income online, I will attach my website in the links below for you to tune into that amazing information. And me sharing this with you is not to be like, ooh, look what I made in like 30 days or whatever, because honestly I don't care. Like I said, it's actually not that much money. Like it's actually it's great results for the fact that this is my first time ever running an Etsy business or opening up a shop in which I create my own, beautiful creations that are handmade. So, for that fact, I actually think it's pretty amazing results. But, zooming out of it all, like if I were to do this long term, personally, I don't think it's a sustainable way for me to make income, because my mindset is more on like passive income and not having to be tied down to my computer or tied down to my location here at home, having to take care of my garden and create all of these handmade products and having to go to the post office and ship them out. And although that process has been very fun for me, it's been extremely fun for a lot of reasons, but like where I currently am in life, and like where I'm shifting to, because I will be traveling in the next few months, I can now see how it's definitely not something that I would want to do long term. But it was a beautiful experience to like just explore and have that knowing that I can truly do anything that I set my mind to. So if you're watching this, you can do so as well. You can set your mind to do anything you desire and go out there and do it. And so one of my main things is that I love to help people create more for themselves in their life, whether that be you escape your 9-to-5, you ditch the matrix, or you just want to be your own boss. If you have a deep desire to be your own boss, it's for a reason. It means that you should be your own boss, because like I've said previously, is that a 9-to-5 is not for everybody, but being an entrepreneur is not for everybody either. But if you have a deep desire that you should be doing more in this life, that you should be creating more, that you have maybe hidden talents or gifts, which we all do, but like if you have this feeling that you can be your own boss, it's because you should. And so I'm here to tell you to take that leap in whatever way that is. And so starting an Etsy business, I'm going to share really quickly before I get into like the behind the scenes. I'm going to show you my results on my computer with like sales and all of that. So starting an Etsy business, I never had planned. I never imagined doing that in my life, like at all. Like I said, I didn't really necessarily need the income because I already make a full-time income online. But with the whole quarantine and everything, I've had so much time to myself and just like spending at home, which is not a problem for me because I'm such a like introvert and everything, kinda, I don't know. But I started gardening like so much, getting more into it, learning more about like holistic health and like herbs and all of that, right? And so one day I was just out in the garden and I was like, yo, I have an abundance of herbs, like all of this lavender, all of this rosemary, all of this rue, all of these roses, like there's an abundance. Like it's like it just grows and then it falls to the earth, it goes back to the earth, and it continues in its beautiful cycle. And I'm like, wow, I can create things, you know what I mean? So I started to create, you know, rose oils, rose water, natural products, smudge bundles, rue oil, you know, just all of these organically, naturally made products from my garden. And I was like, yo, this is so lit. It'd be so lit if I could like share this abundance with other people, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to sales, you're truly just exchanging energy with another person. It's not even necessarily the product itself. I mean, it is because someone wants it, but it's the energy that you put behind that, you know what I mean? So before, like, let's say making a smudge bundle, you gotta set your intentions. Why are you making this? What do you know, what are your intentions for it? So anything that I would create with my little heart, I would set my intentions behind that, and I think that's huge. It's actually very important. A lot of people don't take that into consideration, but that energy that I'm putting out there is gonna come back to me, and I think that's also why I've had great success in my business so far. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not saying I have crazy results, but like before starting my business, I did do my own research with like you know, watching videos like this, like 30-day Etsy results, or like Etsy versus Shopify. Just like, you know, I educated myself on like, how is this gonna work? Is this gonna work for me? And yeah, I just went with the flow of everything, because like I've said in the past, if you know, you've watched any of my videos or listened to my podcast, I mention how the how never matters, like at all. It doesn't matter how something's gonna happen, you just do it and you work with it along the way. So like for me, I didn't have to worry about how I'm gonna run an Etsy business, how I'm gonna make sales, how I'm gonna do this, how am I gonna make products, how am I gonna ship them, how am I gonna do this. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. All you have to do is have the desire and put the intention out there that you want to create something. And once you create that, you put the intention behind why you're creating it, what that energy is for, who is it going to serve, then all of the how just starts to come together in some way, you know what I mean? Like for me, creating these products, like I had to go out of my way to research, you know, how to make this, how to make that, how do you make this for the very first time. I hadn't made any of those products in my life before, you know what I mean? Researching what's it for, what's the use, who's it gonna serve, all of these little things, you just learn along the way. So another thing to note before starting an Etsy business is knowing that, I mean, you know, like I said, doing your own research and knowing that the sales that you make, you will have to take away all of the expenses, right, to get your actual profit of what you're making. And so do your own research, because Etsy charges a lot of fees for a lot of things. You could look into those videos, I'm not going to explain it, as opposed to, let's say, Shopify, which doesn't really charge as many fees, but there's like a monthly subscription, I believe, but also you have to drive your own traffic to your shop. As opposed to Etsy is that you post a product and, you know, people can just search your item, what they're looking for, and they might land on your page. But again, it's also the energy that you're putting out there, right? So for me, I did organic marketing. I did an Instagram page which drove sales to my shop, and I did that page just out of genuinely sharing my garden and what I was growing and what I was creating, and that was just fucking amazing because I was just going with the flow. Also, when I launched my Etsy shop, I had about 10 items or more. I didn't just have like 1 or 2 items in there, you know, like I had a variety of things. And so again, I did my research because I heard that you should have like quite a few options. Who knows how the Etsy algorithm works nowadays, because it's always changing, but somewhere I heard in a few videos that like the more items you have, the more likely you are to drive traffic to your shop. And so I just happen to have that many products, and like getting so creative with it, because like I'm telling you, like my backyard was abundant in dandelion flowers which is a wild, you know, weed or whatever. And I was just like out sitting outside one day, and I was like, I need to cut this grass, you know what I mean? But I was like, I wonder what they use dandelion flowers for. And then I did research and I started making my own tea with it. I was like, I can make honey with this? What? I didn't have to worry about the how. I would just do my own research. Like, we live in a technological era. Anything you want to know, just research it. And so then I went on Etsy and I was like, yo, dried flowers. So then I started selling dried flowers, dry rose petals. Just like my shop kept expanding, because again, when you're in that flow, like your creative ideas just come to you and you're given everything. You're literally given everything. Like, it's crazy. So what I was saying is that you have to take into account what you're going to put into your shop, right? And not go crazy and spend a bunch of money on like products to create things, because you don't know if it's actually going to work. You have to test things out a little, right? And so like for me, I had to go out of my way and first spend money on glassware, because I was making all of these little things, right? And like hemp cord, because I was making bundles, you know, like there's what's the word, tools or whatever, what's it called, I can't think of the word, that you need things to make things, right? And something I always say, remind people, is that you need to spend money to make money. It doesn't matter what business you're starting, like eventually you have to spend money to make money. And so I did spend money, and but the beautiful thing also is that because I was creating organic products from my garden, then most of those products were coming from my garden. Like Mama Earth was just giving me this abundance, and I was just using my creativity and my courage to create it and to put it out there. And I'm telling you that you can also do that with yourself, you know, like your life. Look around you and look at how to get creative, and like what skills you already have or what things you already enjoy, and just like expand on it and not be afraid to like dive deeper into it. Anyways, that's my short little introduction, short little story about how I started an Etsy shop. And if you want to learn more, feel free to connect with me. Send me a message on Instagram at aliceantonia.com, or you can follow any of the links below. If you're new to my channel, you might as well subscribe and like or dislike, since you're already here tapping into this beautiful energy, right? Subscribe. So yeah, I am gonna show you behind the scenes of my computer, of the sales that I have made, and the overall profit once I subtract you know, my costs and everything. Also want you to note that what I'm gonna show you is overall a little over a month, because I meant to film this on the 30-day mark, but just life got crazy. So I will note how much I did make in just 30 days alone, so I will mention that. And then I will also mention how much I've made in, like, you know, a little over 2 months. So yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so here I am logged into my back office of Etsy. Like I said, I meant to film this video 30 days into my business, but I started my business around the last week of June, and it is now the first week of August. So this is what my total sales have been in less than 2 months, about a little over a month in. And you know, these are the fees and taxes, which, like I said, look into it yourself. But the whole fees for Etsy itself are, you know, it's pretty up there. Like a listing, the price it costs to put a listing up. If you have marketing on, it automatically goes on unless you turn it off. The shipping labels, depending on how you have those set and if you offer free shipping, transaction fees, and all of this other bullshit. So, you know, you gotta spend money to make money, like I said. So, okay, so if I go up here to, no, let's scroll down here. If I go to the month of June when I first started, I started like the last week of June or so. This is what I made in sales, 165, subtract 64 comes to about $100 or so. You know, which is not too bad for like a week or so, you know what I mean? Oops. If I go to the month of August, no wait, sorry, the month of July, then, you know, that was a whole month. This is one whole month, right? 31 days. You know, subtract the fees and sales comes to about $1,145. Take into account that not only am I subtracting this, I'm also subtracting what it is that I spent to make my products. So depending on, you know, how much you spend to make whatever you're creating, which for me, it was buying glassware, mainly just glassware, essential oils here and there, and, you know, little things such as hemp cord or herbs if my garden was not providing enough herbs. So then if we go to the month of August, which is I'm in the first week of August right now. This is like amazing. And the reason for this is because the first week of August is because I already have my business running. People probably already know about it. It's finally picking up. People have heard about it. I have 5 stars. I wonder if I could show you. I have, let's see. You know, I have 5 stars. All of my reviews are amazing. Wait, it doesn't show you. Dashboard maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it also shows you, you know, like your total revenue, which is once everything is distracted. But anyways, my point is that that August did pretty well due to the fact that, you know, I also was getting the hang of things and I ended up adding more products which were popular, which for the month of August were potted plants. People were buying those and continue to buy those. Like, it's amazing. And so, again, you take away the fees and the taxes, this only comes to about 200 and something, which is still pretty awesome. So if I were to do the math for the whole year, for a little over 1 month, I made, sorry, this video is for 30 days. Okay, 30 days on my Etsy shop, I made about $1,000, subtracting all the fees and taxes and what I spent out of my pocket. So $1,000 is actually pretty amazing. And yeah, that's about it, man. You know, this may be a small number. Like I said, I can make this in a day if I wanted to with my other business. But if you own a small business, like, this is not too bad if this is like your first step to entrepreneurship. So yeah, that's amazing. And that's all I have to share on behind the scenes. Okay, so there you have it, results of running an Etsy business for 30 days. Again, obviously this is gonna vary for everyone depending on what you're selling, what your products are, how many products you are offering, your experience with running a business, your experience in entrepreneurship. You know, it's gonna vary on many things, but in 30 days I made about $1,000, you know, after subtracting all of the costs and all of the fees to run something on Etsy, which is not bad. It's not bad at all, especially because I heard, like I said, through the research that I did before launching this, that it can take up to like 3 months for your shop to like catch on to what you are putting out there. So definitely be patient with yourself and like what you're offering, and continue to expand yourself and create more, you know what I mean? Get creative with things. So that's about it. If you have any questions about this, feel free to message me, and make sure to subscribe so that you can watch my next video that I will be sharing on my thoughts on running a small business such as an Etsy shop, as opposed to high-ticket items, selling high-ticket items online as I do for my full-time stream of income. So my thoughts on that to come soon, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much.